We have some interesting things going on in the garden, and I just wanted to point a couple things out. One thing is I've been keeping this screen up. We're in Southern California and the heat gets really blazing in the afternoons, and I've rarely tested what it would do to my plants if I actually left it uncovered, and it's been uncovered for about 10 to 12. And my bell pepper plant is just suffering for it big time. Already my cucumber leaves are just drooped. They look really bad. We've had an interesting development on the basil leaves. I've had green caterpillars apparently take over a few of the leaves. They eat really, really fast. Here's a little bit of, let's see if I can find some of the damage. Here we go. Here's one that got gnawed on pretty good. Last night I was able to pull it off, and we have a special place for it. So this little caterpillar is what was actually in my garden, and it is in safekeeping now because of the loving concern my son had, telling me not to kill it. So it's living a little bit on basil, and it's crawling up in this little butterfly house we happen to have laying around from last year. Another mistake I was making apparently wasn't watering properly. This cilantro plant needed less water. I was overdoing it, and now that I've cut back on this particular square, it is doing really well. Also, my poor onions are drooping down. They weren't looking like this. They don't look like this whenever I have it covered. So I'm very glad I've been shading this stuff, because definitely the heat here is hurting my poor little plants. Now a couple hours after shading the plant, it is bouncing back. Anyway, shade is obviously very vital to these plants, at least in the kind of sunlight we get. So here it's very, very strong. Anyway, I'm so happy it's coming back. You can tell it's not the moisture in the water, in the soil. It's clearly the sun. So it's looking a lot more revived since covering it with the weed block, actually.